much.
Gentlemen.
Ron,
Okay.
Hey everyone.
what's going on?
How's your con going?
You know it's going.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I'm guessing we're here to talk about Saga, right?
Let's do it. Everyone caught up to issue 60 now?
Squeeze in just a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect.
Can we just do a quick intro just so we have it?
Sure. Hi, I'm Brian K. Vaughan, co-creator of Paper Girls.
I'm Chiang, co-creator of Paper Girls.
What was the most fun thing to watch when you create a story and now you're seeing it in live action?
The best thing is being surprised by it. Seeing the girls, the cast bring the stories to life. Suddenly, having actual girls as opposed to just my drawings, really takes it to another level. And then, there's so much that they were able to add to the story because a comic is, it has to be short and concise, whereas a TV show you can really luxuriate in all the time that you have, and they were able to take the story to places that were really just so emotional and hint at, and flesh out things that we only hinted at in the comic.
Also, giant robots. I mean, it's crazy that when we're working on this book, we're like, oh, we have an unlimited budget. We can do things that television never could. And then the showrunners and creators were like, we'll show you. You can do this. And so to see sort of Cliff's biggest, wildest things come to life, that's pretty cool too.
So question, comic book, 30 issues. What made you decide to stop there? Why not keep it going for longer?
I think we always had, an end in mind. Stories are best when you have that and that they tell a complete arc. So 30 issues was what we gave ourselves. I think, sometimes we wondered, is it too much? Is it too little? But I think the best part about Paper Girls is, that it ends on a very specific note, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, comics are kind of the illusion of the third act usually, where it's like there's always going to be another Spider-Man story next month. But endings are what give stories their meaning, and I just think that last page that Cliff drew is so beautiful, so perfect, that we're like, much as we would like to keep telling stories with these girls, this was the end of this story, and I think it felt right at the time.
Yeah, I think Image does a really good job, and you specifically at actually creating an ending, so I can put it down and knowing there's nothing else out there. Like it's it. So
That's very cool. Thank you.
Were there any moments? Oh, sorry. Were there any moments from the comics that you're like, this absolutely has to be in, or was there anything being added that you're like, absolutely not?
Definitely nothing being added that we didn't approve and we're excited about and we're jealous that we didn't come up with. I mean, we keep saying that Mac's brother is someone that we mention in the comic, we see him once or twice, but this TV show gets to luxuriate in spending time with these two together, and it was so beautiful. We're like, this is incredible. And yeah, in terms of what had to be in, I felt like it just needed to be these four girls, and they could grow and change, but we wanted to just have this quartet from very different backgrounds, and just the joy of seeing them come together. That had to be in the show, and it's definitely it's in there deeply.
Comments or movies, books, mangas that inspired you guys to either one of your kids or
Comics, movies. I mean, Stand By Me, is something that we saw as kids. Brian?
For sure. I mean, yeah. Look, I love the same stuff as you guys do, Back to the Future, but I think for us, when we're starting stories, it's always we're influenced by the people we grew up with and the people in our lives and sort of reaching deep into ourselves. And we didn't want to do sort of just a pastiche of like, let's put together a bunch of our favorite influences. It's like, let's took these incredible kids that we grew up with and imagined them in this insane circumstance. So yeah, my childhood friends were a much bigger influence than any other comic or TV show.
How involved were you guys in the casting process?
Thankfully, very little other than saying it's so hard, and this was a worldwide search. I mean, they were literally interviewing girls from every continent, and I think they waited to show us until they're like, we think we're pretty close. How does this look? And like, what a gift to be sent those girls and to watch them on tape But you know what? Not only do they look ripped out of the comic, but they can act, and they fully embody who these girls were. So, no, we had it really easy. Just they had an incredible casting department, an incredible show. So I'm thankful, because casting can be hard. To have to sit in a room and watch not great actors butcher your work is like, maybe we're terrible writers. So I'm grateful that they spared us from that and just went out and hit a home run.
Who among the cast has been surprising or like the most fun to watch on screen?
Yeah, that's.
I mean, yeah, what do you got? I was going to say Nate is, because that's someone who's wholly invented and not from the comic, and that can sometimes clash when you bring in something that's new, but it felt so organic right away to what we were trying to do. The story is so real that just every moment with him is a surprise.
I loved seeing Ali Wong. She's such perfect casting for older Erin, and she's able to bring, she has so much to do in the show. She has to be, a little bit sad and disappointed, but then she also has to have a little bit of humor as well, and Ali's able to deliver that in spades. And we haven't seen, I don't know if we've seen that kind of, that kind of range from her. We didn't know that she had it, and it's so cool to see her showcasing it.
Did you get to spend a lot of time on set?
No, we sure didn't. I mean, this is as you're all wearing masks, how difficult it was, how challenging it was to get these. No, I think we wanted to give everyone a lot of space, and usually it's like, oh, we can do the creator pop-in where we come in, and we're like, no, this is what they're doing is so hard that let's give them some space. But, we get to watch dailies every day as I come in and talk with them, so, but fingers crossed, season 2. I'd love to bring my kids and ride the bikes around with them.
I've been curious, what makes you two work so well to write this book? I mean, obviously it's done, but what is like the thing that gets you guys to like really work well when you did this?
I think we have a similar thought process about storytelling. Really get to the heart of things and not, just cut away anything that's excessive. Like we just really want to, give you a moment and a feeling, and then hopefully those moments and feelings add up to, to a great story. We worked together a long time ago, and then tried to get back together for like 15 years, and this was finally the right time and the right project.
What was it like for you guys to see those dailies for the very first time?
Very surreal. All this stuff lived in our heads for so long, and the Paper Girls show team did such a great job of like keeping the spirit of the comic in there, that even though it was stuff that maybe we didn't have in the comics, it felt like the comic. And so it's like deja vu.
It makes you realize how wonderful these actors are, because it's fun to get to see those moments where they still send us where the camera has stopped and then Mac suddenly transforms into this completely different young woman. I was like, oh, but I thought they were these characters. So yeah, it's nonstop thrill. Right on, guys. Thank you.
See you, Brian.
Have a good show. Good luck. Survive. Endure. Oh, sweetie. Thank you so much.